Hello, Farmsome Guy, how are you?
Good morning, Args. How's things?
Not too bad. I've got a strange feeling of deja vu. I'm not sure why.
Me too. Funny that, isn't it?
It is. How are you otherwise? Good?
Yes, very well, thank you.
That's
Just
good.
off the back of our live stream last night, and a bit of that logging competition fun was great, wasn't it?
It was fun, actually. Yeah. Yep. I think there's something in that. Like we said, we might look to do a little competition at some stage in the future.
Yeah, that'd be good fun. So, anyway, back to business and farming.
Farming, that's right. These tractors, I haven't seen one of these for a few weeks.
We've got the big field at the back that we combined in the last episode, plus we prepped those two smaller fields behind us as well, didn't we? So I think there's quite a bit of work to do today.
There is, and I think we might pull out the Anhydrous toolbars and go and get some nitrogen added into that field that we'd harvested.
Yeah, the first job, and then maybe move on to seeding the other two, right?
Yeah, I think that's the plan. See how we go. We've got some rolling to do. This field here needs rolling, and obviously if we seed some more, we'll need to get some rolling done too. So maybe we can, well, we'll see how we go with the Anhydrous and then see where we end up with planting.
Sounds like a good idea. Right.
All
okay.
right.
Well, I guess let's get the Anhydrous out.
Yeah, go and choose your horse. Yes, so hello everyone. Welcome back to Hanna, Indiana. Now the reason we say there's a sense of deja vu is this is actually the second time we've recorded this episode. We did record everything we're going to do today last week, but we both had a couple of rookie errors in our recording setup and missing audio and all sorts of other disasters really. So we've decided, well, as it turned out, we have rolled back our save and we're here again tackling the same tasks. So hopefully, well, it'll be interesting to see if we can run things a whole lot more efficiently than we did last time. We do have our Anhydrous around here to get topped up in, so that is our first task. We'll pull up here beside with the caddies or the tankers on the back. We changed those. Hopefully we can get in here and find a bit of a trigger to fill them up from. About there. There we are. We're getting some Anhydrous in there. About 4,000 litres, a little bit more these take, so we'll get it filled up. And then we're going to head over to the field over there. This big one, we will tackle that first before going and getting some Anhydrous applied to those two smaller ones. And from there, we'll see. We'll try and get those two planted with some barley to match the one here that's in front of us, which has barley in it too. And then we'll have this big field one behind us, ready to go with some canola. So I'm going to go and get things set up. We'll sort out some GPS, so when FSG is all filled up and ready to go, we can pass that on to him and just get into some work. So here in the field, I'll just get the toolbar here unfolded. It is quite a decent width, these. I think they're 60 foot from memory. I can't remember exactly. I think there's a number up there which tells us TB60. So yeah, there'll be a 60 foot wide bar there. So very nice and cover a good amount of area. So we'll just get that down. We'll pull over here to this point of the field. Now this is about the widest field. The edge of the field isn't quite straight there, but we should be able to come in here, turn things on, get that lowered down. And you can see there, if we bring up our mini map with the nitrogen, you can actually see we are starting to get that applied there, which is fantastic. So, next step up is some GPS. We will put a course down here, use our Alt-E, drive a straight line. Get it up again, haven't gone far enough, there we go, that should give us a course. Make sure our width's set correctly, and then we'll save that and send it over to FSG. There you go, our line's on, you can see that that's correct. So, let's jump in, save it, and get it available for him. Argsy at FSG.
Go ahead, Args.
Set you up a course called F12 Anhydrous. Should be all good to go for you.
Thank you very much, buddy.
No worries. Alright, so there we are. We are set up. We are going. FSG's there behind us. He's gone and grabbed the Fent with the row crops on it, which will be nice. We'll be running the two 1050s today. I do love this tractor with the LSWs on it too, but it does look good with the row crops. It gives it quite a different appearance. We're just going to turn those lines off and jump straight into it now, I think. Let's put together a little bit of a montage of our work here in this field. Sit back, relax, and we'll catch up with you probably once we're just about finished. Just coming along the very last pass here, we've got across this field at a great rate of knots, and we have not used up too much anhydrous either. I was worried we might have to go and fill up at some stage, but there we are. We still have just under 50%, which will be enough to head straight over into those other two fields, the small fields over there. We might get those done as well before we get into any planting or anything like that. But that's been good. It's gone very, very fast. It's nice doing it at 9 miles per hour as well. But we'll get to the end here and we'll see about having a chat to FSG about exactly what we are going to do next, if it is over into those other fields or whether we'll jump straight into a bit of planting. Well mate, that went pretty smoothly.
It really did. 2 machines at a time really gets through the work, doesn't it?
It does, it does. And we didn't use too much anhydrous. I don't know about you, I had about 40% of the tanks left, so while it costs a bit more to have, it costs a bit more to buy, it certainly goes on a whole lot lighter than dry fertiliser.
It does indeed. Okay, what's next?
Well, do you want to do the same on the 2 small fields, or do we just jump straight into planting those and use fertiliser in the planters to get the nitrogen in?
Well, I suppose it will give us 1 pass, won't it, with the anhydrous, and then if it needs it with a second pass, it will put it in with a planter.
Yeah,
as well.
Probably. Yeah, well, I don't think it will, but we can try. We can give it a go.
Does it not? Does it?
Well, it depends what it applies the nitrogen now for, because I know what crop we're putting in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep, but I think it applies it based on wheat as a default, and if we're putting barley in, I think barley and wheat are very similar with the nitrogen demands.
Right, fair enough, yeah.
Yeah,
so we're not putting any corn in, which is where the anhydrous really comes in.
Yeah, that's right. Cool, well, we'll go over and do that then, and then we'll get into planting those couple of little fields.
Alright mate, sounds good.
Alright. I'll go and tackle the small one on the far side if you like.
Alright, I'll grab the one by the farm.
Yep, excellent. Alright, well there we go. That is the plan of attack from here. So we will head on over to the far side. Figure out the best way to do it. Let's just go straight across the field. And we'll go and get set up into there. Here we are over at field number 20. We will just pull in here and get things unfolded. You can see FSG is over yonder right near the yard. He will be making a start in that field. I should get done a lot quicker than he is. This one's quite a lot smaller. And that will mean I should be able to go make a start on some planting. Let's get this unfolded and we'll get some GPS set up. We'll do this in a different direction. We'll go in that way because of this angled headland on this end. It will make it a whole lot easier to do some big long runs there. So we'll get things turned on. Get that lowered down, head along this way. We'll set a GPS course up along one of the long edges and get into it. So I think, having just come from a montage, we'll jump into a time lapse here with this and get it done as quick as we can. So we'll see you very soon. I was a little bit concerned just then. I could not see the green of the nitrogen applying to the field in the minimap, but I realised in the main precision farming menu I had that turned off. I was just having a play around before and we were trying to see what was happening. So I think we've got things sorted. So we'll jump into that time lapse now and see you in just a little while. Well, here we are on our very last pass in this field. You can see FSG just there and behind us. He's got, what, one more pass and he'll be halfway across that. Looks like he's got his zebra stripes going on there in that field, which is good. So what we're going to do, we are going to go back over to the yard. We'll get this folded up. Probably go and give it a clean off because it is looking a bit dirty. And then we're going to go and hook up to one of the air carts and come on over and start planting this field because it is ready to go. And hopefully, well, I can guarantee by the time we've done that, FSG will be finished in there, and he might be able to either plant or he could go and grab the Mandoko roller and actually start rolling some of these fields and get them all ready to go and leave them in a state that they can start doing some growing. So here we are, end of the pass. Get things lifted up, folded up, and head back over to the yard. I'll make sure FSG doesn't have anything to complain about this week. We'll get this all washed off, get rid of all that dirt off the shanks and everything like that. Make sure none of the drop lines or whatever you want to call them, hoses for the Anhydrous are blocked up. Get them all cleaned off. Okay, that's looking much better. We'll give this a quick little squirt as well because it does have a little bit of dust and dirt. As you saw it driving there behind with the dusty lands, it gets a little bit of dust on it. But anyway, we won't worry about the tractor because we're going to go and use that with the air seeder, and we'll go and get things hooked up. Alright, well here we are, we've got the seed hawk hooked up. We've got, what have we got, almost 7,000 litres of seed. So I'm not going to bother filling things up. I'm hoping that is going to be enough to do these two fields. In fact, do we have the field calculator on this save? I'll just have a look. And in fact we do, so we are going to field 20. Now if we need barley, 3,250 litres, and then I think 21 is the other one. Barley 5, so that's 8,000 I think. We're going to actually need some, aren't we? That's not going to get us everywhere. Can I just get the right two fields though? Let's just double check. Yep, 20 and 21. So well, looks like we're not quite going to make it round with what we've got in here, but that's alright. We can always go and hook up to the other seeder or top up a little bit later. But we'll head on over, cut across the middle of the field. So FSG won't mind, and we'll go and get started with planting some barley. Alright, well here we are, getting things unfolded. We're going to head around the field in exactly the same way we've just applied the Anhydrous in here and get this seed put in. We'll just wait for the last of the wings here to fold down and we'll be able to make a start. Alright, there we are. So, able to turn things on, lower that down. We'll head along. Now the reason I've lowered down a little bit early is to try and get as much of that corner done because being on quite a tight angle, it's a little bit hard to get in there and seed properly. But there we are. Looks like things are going down very well. We get a change in texture in the background. Does look like we do. In fact, come around here where we can see the difference, and we've got quite a difference there, which is good. So we know that we are planting. So here we are, barley going into the next of the fields. I think once we get this one planted and that one, I think that's all the barley we're going to put in. And I think I said earlier, canola going into the big field behind the yard where we put the Anhydrous on first, and possibly on one other field. We've still got quite a bit of land we haven't even touched yet as well, so certainly going to be keeping us busy for the next few episodes. But that's enough from me. Let's jump again into a little bit of a montage here, and we'll catch up with you once we're a little bit further through these fields. Well, this is our very last pass of barley planting for this season, getting this one done here. You would have seen FSG finished off his Anhydrous. He went and grabbed one of the planters and came and helped us out. So we've managed to get that all done without having to top up any seed or anything like that, which has been very nice, but it's good to get all those done. Now, we are going to have these two fields plus the other barley field that are going to need rolling, so we need to make sure we do that before the end of September, before the crops germinate. But otherwise, we'll have a chat to FSG, because I think next time we might be looking at working in some of the other fields and getting some of those prepped, or we'll be planting canola, either one of those two tasks. So we'll get this all finished off, folded up, and it looks like he washed his planter, so we better go and do the same too. And then we'll go and wrap things up with him. We'll give the tractor some TLC now that we've finished with it for the day. Give it a nice good clean off as well, make sure it is all tidy and ready to go for next time. That looks pretty good. A little bit of dirt on the tyres isn't going to hurt, but this certainly does need a decent going over. It has got dirt everywhere. Should we get rid of all of this as well before we go and park it up? Otherwise, I don't think we would have heard the end of it. Alright, with everything unhooked, we'll get the tractor put away in the shed. Make sure it is protected. Like and then next to FSG's one, looks like he's backed it in all nice and neatly. Really is a changed man. He's doing things much neater than he ever used to. Here we are. Let's go and find him and see what he's got to say for himself.
Nicely done, mate.
Yep. Thank you for coming and helping with the planting. It's good to get all that barley done.
It is. No, that's 3 big fields planted, which is a positive.
I was just saying we will have to get out with the roller and get those ones tackled sometime soon, and then maybe look at moving over into some of the other fields we've got to take care of and those prepped. Although I think
that's right, yeah.
I think it's only canola we need to plant before winter, isn't it?
It is, yeah. But we have got those pigs down on the other side of the map as well. We could think about what we want to do with them.
That's true. We have got one little field of corn, which will take all of about a minute to harvest with one combine. But yeah, we can do some of that corn and maybe get some pigs started for over winter.
Yeah, might be handy. Handy bit of food for them as well.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah. Right, that's right. Cool. All right. Well, it was good to get that done, and fingers crossed everything's worked out with our recordings, and we'll have an episode to put together.
Here's hoping.
Otherwise, this series might be for the kibosh and be gone. We'll be moving on.
Exactly. Thanks, mate. That was fun as always.
Yep, sounds good. It was. All right.
Have a good rest of your week, and
yeah, you too.
We'll see you again soon.
We will catch you next week.
Cheers, buddy.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So there you go. You can see 2021 and 22 looking nice and planted with barley 12, and I think we were going to put canola into 31. And that leaves us 32, which is corn at the moment, and then we've got 15 and 33, which are in a state of harvest or requiring ploughed. So ploughed and harvested, but I think if we go across one more, 33 needs to be ploughed. So we could get over and get those ones prepped. The corn is still growing there. 31 looks like it must be just about ready to go. It has been ploughed, so we could just about get straight in there and plant. So maybe next week, maybe next time, we'll be in here planting these two fields, 12 and 31, get these ones rolled, and possibly get on over here with the plough. Who knows? Plenty of things to do, plenty to keep us busy. But that's why we've got the big equipment and the big machines to tackle these big fields as quickly as we can. Anyhow, that's enough rambling. I hope you have all enjoyed that episode from the Farm Sim Guy and myself. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.